Welcome to the Morning Walk Podcast. With each engaging, entertaining, and eclectic episode, along with a few special guests, we'll explore the ever-changing world of television, streaming series, films, and even current events. Because we're open-minded and embrace a diverse audience, the entertainment factor is over the top. And now your host, Mr. Unstoppable, aka Mr. Make It Happen, Don Gregory, with special guest, Belle Landis.
You don't want to be doing something that causes you that kind of discomfort, like after you stop doing it. At least not, smoking cigarettes anyway.
Yeah. Right.
So I was watching your nasty ass girlfriend here, the pink sauce lady.
The video I see.
Hey, shit. I mean, it's exactly what I told you before. Like, I don't understand why anybody would have bought that shit. Like, sis is, and this is not me hating. It's just that it's something. I don't know. I just would not have bought it because I'm trying not to sound like I'm hating this shit, and I'm trying to sound. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to knock somebody's stuff down either, right? But you got to look at this shit. Like, first of all, you don't know. You literally don't. It's one thing to like. We buy stuff, especially in the hood. We buy stuff all the time. Like, we'll buy just the dude walking around with the oils. We'll buy that. We use the incense. We don't know what's in that shit. The incense, we buy them. This is hood shit. This is what we used to doing. But when it comes to like food, like something that I can ingest or something like that, like it didn't look appetizing to begin with. And this is not me. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I don't want to knock anybody's hustle. It just didn't look appetizing to begin with. And just when I looked at it, I was trying to get my head around it and stuff. And even now, like, I'm in the background, I'm looking at the video, and it just doesn't look appetizing. Like, sorry, the joint just don't look appetizing. So
it looks runny to me.
It is not. It just. Even on some of the if you look at some of her pictures and her with the pink sauce, right? It's a picture where she trying to, she's calling herself being sexy and she's licking the bottle. The bottle is not as pink as her hair. Her hair is more pinker than the bottle. The sauce is not as pink as the pink label itself. So when you think about it in terms of like appetizing and being, I guess the quality assurance, you could tell it's just not, it wasn't there.
Right. Well,
so go ahead.
I think what happened was a lot of people got caught up thinking, like anybody else, let me support them. They doing this. Let me go ahead and support them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happened was her first wave of people who she sent that, because there was hundreds of people she sent that shit to. And the lady on the video, I saw her and I was like, oh, I would have been so mad if I'd have got that in the mail like that. Like, it's in a regular envelope. It's like you supposed to have some kind of, like, she was talking and somebody went in the comments like, why don't you pack it with dry ice before you send it out? And the white girl who came on it, that white girl ain't do nothing to her. It wasn't no racial thing. People made it a racial thing. I agree with Pink for Blessings. They made it a racial thing. All standing behind. She said even this, what she called him, a Steve Wilkos wannabe nut or some shit she called him. He backing her up. When she wrong. You're not helping her by backing her up. And then she gonna tell the white girl, why you didn't reach out to me then? Hey, let me help you try to make it. Any way she came to you, you would have gave her attitude. There was no way that woman could have came to you without you getting defensive about that slop you selling, okay? Second of all, it was so many inconsistencies with it. And when the white girl opened hers up, it wasn't no front label on it, but had all this glitter glue on it. It was messy. You understand? Now, all right, 1 out of 100 people get that bottle. Shit happens. But this was people all around the world. I'm not around the world, thinking that far, but people who came on complaining about it, they tell me how the label was misrepresented, like that, like you said, you're talking about food. You understand? So if you put on here, this is what's in here, and that's what's in here. You not reference. You know the words was misspelled. They talking about it's 495 teaspoons in the bottle, which is impossible. Like
Yeah, serving
you
sizes.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, you just your whole like. And how do I? If you fucked up, you making because I'm trying to stop cussing so much. If you messed up so bad, you can't even print out your label correctly. How do I know what you say is in that sauce is really in that sauce? It could be something in that'll kill me. You working with dairy products, sis. You lucky you ain't kill nobody. Or ain't nobody come after you to sue your ass because they got sick. That's just me. And then if the color was inconsistent, some people get a pink bottle, some people get something look like she scraped the bottom and she ain't had that much pink coloring left, so they got whatever she had left. So everything was inconsistent. This is allegedly. I'm just, reading the comments and listening to the videos. Like, your whole attitude was wet. Your whole attitude was wet. You were never humble. And you're not humble now. All that asking people because you get ready to get put out there. Listen, I don't have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for you. And I'm not hating on it at all. I just feel like the way you messed up, be humble. Take some responsibility. Yeah, I messed up. I should have did this better. Then they said the one black girl that tried to read who owned a barbecue sauce company. Her family been in that business for 80 years. She reached out to try and help her. The girl ain't respond. When she did respond, she gave her attitude or some shit like that.
That's how you know. That's how you know. She would have came at this other woman. Because I don't want to keep calling her a white woman. Because it's like when we say white woman, it's like we vilifying her in a sense. But I don't really feel like in this case she was a villain. Now people are going to vilify her because they're going to vilify her because she was white and she knocked her shit down a peg. Now some of the stuff I don't know if it was over the top or not. Like her saying, her saying she even used the word botulism. She said this man had botulism because look how swole about it. Like that kind of stuff. That's you kind of like you're going to extremes. I would have rather. I don't have a problem with her even saying getting the stuff tested. I don't like the whole botulism thing because you try to make it seem like people might get killed or something like that, because I don't think botulism is a good thing to be. You shouldn't be eating botulism, or if something has botulism, you should not be ingesting it.
All right, y'all, time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. So I want to start off by saying, number one, my apologies. My apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. Another thing, we have a team. Things happen. The grams got mixed up with the serving size. There's 444 grams of pink sauce inside of each container. It's about 30 servings per container. It was a mistake. We fixed the issue. You guys will not be receiving pink sauce bottles with the bad label. We are replacing all of the labels. We also are sending you guys a gift and a thank you note. And this is a small business, y'all. This is a small business that is just moving really, really fast. We are working to try to get the price mark down on the pink sauce. I want to also say I appreciate y'all for supporting me, for spending $20 per sauce to help us to produce it, because the ingredients are not cheap. Yes, we are following FDA standard. However, we are currently in lab testing. Currently. So once we go through lab testing, we will be able to pitch to stores to put the pink sauce in stores, and we're so excited about that. But yeah, we're growing every day. I'm listening to y'all. I see y'all. I'm a passionate person, but yeah, I'm listening to y'all. I hear y'all, and we're growing every single day.
But one, I know for a fact, no matter what, if she had went to her on the low and been like, sent her, say she had sent her an email or DM'd her and said the same thing, you know, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, she wouldn't have listened to her. She only said
No,
it.
not
She
at
only
all.
said it because she was being called out on the carpet, and this was her defense mechanism. So that's all that was.
Right.
Again, not knocking sis. You know, I hope she has a lot of success in the future. But this woman, and again, because I don't even know what her name is, that's why I keep calling her white woman.
So, yeah.
So that's another reason why, because it's just easier to say, because you know who you're talking about. This, you know, this white woman that kind of blew her shit up.
Right.
This white woman don't owe her shit. Nobody owes anybody anything. It would be nice if she had did that to you, but there's no guarantee that she would have did anything she asked her to do, as far as talking about the labels, as far as talking about the botulism, as far as talking about, because you had every opportunity to do a lot of quality assurance before you sent that product out.
Mm-hmm.
Part of your job as an entrepreneur is to think outside the box. Like, what could go wrong? Have people around you who will say, this could go wrong, that could go wrong. It's her job, the pink sauce lady, to do research and find out how to properly store and ship that product. It's nobody else's business, or it's not nobody else's place to do that but hers.
Right.
So why she would get upset that sis, and then on top of that, this is social media we're talking about. You're talking about a bunch of people who would do anything for a click or a like or a follow. So you think she gonna sacrifice her clicks, and I'm talking about the white woman now, you think she gonna sacrifice her clicks and her likes to help you out in the DM that you ain't gonna listen to anyway?
Right.
I watched you know, the same video you watched, and at some point she was like, oh, this is the pink sauce lady. She was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all kids. You know, I used to teach. I used to teach. I forgot what she said. I used to teach.
What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I? Make it make sense in the stuff that y'all saying. Like, really, like, I'm gonna talk to y'all like I'm y'all mama, cause I got 2 kids and I ain't got time to play. So since y'all wanna act like children, I'm gonna talk to y'all like y'all children. I used to work at a middle school. Hello. Hello. How are you? Good day. Y'all need to do
middle school or first graders or something like that. Where she was making a mistake at us, because that's terrible, because she didn't even know what the FDA was.
Yeah. What did that have to do with drugs? You big dummy.
She kept saying drugs. This is not
drugs.
Right. She kept saying that don't have nothing to do with my stuff. Don't have nothing to do with drugs. She just kept saying that because she didn't understand. You don't do shit like that. Do some kind of research. When somebody said FDA, you should have been right on Google. We all got Google. You should have been right on, even if you didn't understand it, if you didn't know, you should have been right on Google, figuring that shit out. That's what you should have did. But she didn't, because she was letting her ego get caught in it, get caught up. Her emotions and her ego get caught up in things. This is just, again, my opinion. If you wasn't emotional and you didn't let your ego get you caught up in things, you wouldn't have said that shit about the FDA. You would have said, you know what? Let me look this shit up before I run my mouth. You wouldn't even say, let me talk to y'all like y'all, because sometimes people think something that, sometimes people, you know, we post this shit, you know, we're posting it. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're human beings. So sometimes you will make a mistake. Sometimes you might say something you shouldn't say. You might do something, but if you're smart and you, first of all, because this, you know, comments, there's a lot of comments. If you catch it, if you catch that particular comment and it says something, you might need to take it upon yourself to look at what that person is saying. A while ago, I was a TV show host. Somebody was looking at his video, looking at him on, they either emailed or texted him. It's like, yo, you need to go to the doctor. It looked like you got a certain kind of lump on your neck. And the boy ain't get upset. He ain't be like, hey, you know, your neck got lumps in it. You know, he didn't say anything stupid. That nigga went to the doctor, got checked out, and come to find out he had some kind of cancer going on. Off of somebody just saw him on TV. They just saw the lump in his neck. So that might, and she don't realize it, but you know, and I hate to get too deep into it, but those people, even this white lady in her own way, was looking out for her. Because when somebody exposes a chink in your armor, it's your job to seal that joint up, to get a better piece of armor. You dig me? Not just keep walking around with that being exposed. So when she started talking about the botulism, when she started talking about the glitter that was on there and all this other stuff, it's your job to go back from a quality assurance standpoint and say, let me fix these holes in my armor before it even get worse. And then she, you know, I don't even know if you went on a whole TV show, right? Because whoever his name is, like Carmo or something like that, something like that. If you went on a whole TV show, right? And you still not up? You not up at being on the TV show? I would think you would be, you know, you would sold a lot. You shouldn't be going to no GoFundMe, begging for money.
She trying to say that the company in Pink Book Lesson said, she clarified it. She said she wasn't talking about Walmart, but she would have said it. You know what I mean? She said it wasn't Walmart. Walmart didn't do it. She said the other company I was invested in. So, you know, Pink Lesson did her research and found out the name of the company. She said that they saying that they holding her pay her money from her and stuff. I don't know what's going on with that, but like you said, you shouldn't be asking. You asking people for $100,000 that you just told us you're gonna talk to us like kids. Really? And then I looked at her GoFundMe. That should say $900 something. It should say zero. Unless you got a penny from anybody. It was your fault. Your business flopped. All your fault. All your fault. And I don't have a problem with the brown haired lady talking about the botulism because the bottle was fucking swollen up. And she's shipping that shit from Florida. It's not a controlled, you know, that kind of stuff has to be in, like, you know, we buy mayonnaise in the market. Every time we don't think about it, we grab a jar, put it in because it's in a controlled, you know, kind of like, I forget how you put it, but like the temperature is controlled, you know, in the market. Because even if it's blistering outside, it's, you know, it's hot as fuck outside. You walk in the market, you be like, woo, I need a sweater. You know what I mean? Because it feels good, but it's chilly.
Right.
She's shipping shit from Florida. Like if I ordered it, she shipped it from Florida to here. It would take a long time to get here, but look how all the hot days we've had, and that shit in a truck. Man, you know, they some of I've had Amazon or they picked up from facility at 6:45 this morning. We'll be at your house by 10 p.m. I don't get the shit till 7 o'clock. What if that was food that's bouncing around in that truck all day in this heat? No, you should have thought 2 steps ahead, like you said, think outside the box. You know, I know your feelings hurt, and I know it's easier said than done to take that shit on the chin and move on. Oh, you talking about your mom got to see $20 a day? That was a bit much. I believe that was an embellishment. You do it so bad, get out of that high-priced ass apartment you in. Get out of there. Then we could talk. You hit me up from a hotel room with your kids sleeping on the floor and you sleep because it's a single bed, ain't enough room for all. That's struggling. That's doing bad. That you could reach out to people for. You still living high on the hog and want people to pay $100,000 to cover her bill, her rent and stuff. What you gonna do next month?
The people on GoFundMe, they probably need to stop standing in the Lord's way.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop sending that girl money. You know what I mean? Because what she should have did was, like, when she had that success, she should have, again, thinking outside the box, she should have been thinking of the next step. What happened was she just got caught up in that social media kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's why she was doing all the stuff with that, you know, the posing in Walmart and all this other stuff. That wasn't marketing. It was about, look what I got. But she wasn't thinking, her business sense was nowhere near where it needed to be, in a sense that she should have been getting with people who are doing better than her. Like you said, that is somebody who owned a barbecue sauce factory. You should have hopped on that. Man, Frank, you know what you should have did?
Black woman.
You know what
Wait,
you should have
let me tell you
did?
about
Hold on. You know what you should have did? You should have sold that shit to her. You should have sold it to her. Got out. Should have said, listen, let me give you, you know, give me like 300,000. You can have the intellectual property. You can have the name, Pink Sauce. You can have everything. Just give me 300,000, and walk, and then go do something else. Go find you know, of course she probably make you sign something saying that you can't compete in the same market with her after you sold it to this woman, whoever the barbecue sauce lady is. But you can then go find another food product, because at least your reputation would have been so saved. And maybe the people who you did sell that bullshit to, maybe you, and I would think at that point she had some kind of audience, like a group of people who might have been cool with it, because again, as all of this shit was going on, it was still people defending her.
Yep.
So maybe those same people would have supported her in her next endeavor if she had just been smart enough to get out when she had the chance. Trying to be social media famous. Go ahead, finish your thought.
I forgot what I was going to say, because, you know, what you said is true. It's what you said is true. Like, I get some swollen bottle. I'll be pissed. One lady, I mean, you see the one who said, I can't even cut my phone off. Come cut this phone, because it was all on her glove. That shit looked disgusting, man. That's horrible. That's horrible. And you got a nerve. Like, you saw it like we saw it. Everybody saw it. So the big lady, she saw it too. And you got a nerve to talk about something. Shut the fuck up. I don't have no sympathy for her. None.
No, I wouldn't expect.
You ain't think about the kids. You ain't even think about. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. The black lady, what happened with her grandfather started the business, right? He passed on. Her dad took it over. He passed on. Now she working it, and it's been in the family for over 80 years. That's something, black people. That's wonderful, man. Yeah. That's beautiful.
It is
beautiful. And it was run by men before her. A female took up the reign, because we keeping this shit in the family. And then she reached out to this woman, got experience. She ain't no joke. Like, you know, she's reputable. She reached out to give you a couple of hints, pointers and shit. And you want to be nasty. You want to be defensive. And I know how I feel, because that lady out there said, y'all buying that shit, you don't even know what's in it. Ain't not going to tell you.
It is. Hold on. Look. I don't even know. Alright, I'm about to put some on here because it is so messy. Oh my god.
What's in it? You going by her word. I'll never forget that. And it hurt my feelings. Yeah, it hurt my feelings. But what did I do? You gave me some advice. I took what you said, what I was thinking, and went and got some labels. I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I'm way far from where I was. She just made me want to do better. Fuck you, bitch. Watch this. And what the Lord did. Now I'm in this flea market, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, like you said, they stand in the Lord's way, because she needs to be humbled a couple of notches. That's what she needs to be. You ain't even think about your kid. Making you in partnership with Walmart. Fucking Mart, okay? They buying your stuff. I don't know how much they bought. I don't know if he had a contract with. I don't know nothing. This is all just my opinion. Whatever money you made, you should have been putting up this. You shouldn't have got that high price size house or apartment you live in. You should have did none of that shit until your business, because it seemed like as soon as the money started hitting our account, she started spending it. You know what I mean? Instead of like, this is a new business, you need to chill with what you got till to see where you at like 2-3 years from now. Because 2-3 years, like 2-3 days now. 2-3 years from now, where you at? You can start stacking money. You've been stacking money here and there. You got other people, endorsing your products and stuff. But from what I heard, it was just, well, not from what I read. I don't want to say what I heard. And even what I heard on videos on YouTube and stuff, like, it was ranch sauce with pink food coloring in it. And if that's the case, you really fell ass backwards into a gold mine. You just didn't treat it right. You didn't treat the people right. You didn't treat your product right. You represent a brand. You represent yourself. And if this, what you sent out to these people, has reflects on you in any kind of way, it reflects to me that you're messy. Your life is messy. You're just a messy, arrogant, poor decision-making person.
Well, she ain't gotta worry about it no more because I wouldn't buy shit for her. I wouldn't never bought that shit to begin with. Like, I'm not buying that shit. Sound good.
Wait, I talked about TikTok with the bottle. One bottle was like $14.
Yeah, it went from like 20 to I guess 14, like you saying. Cause I know at one time she was selling the
So
bottle.
it was $20. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the high price.
Yeah, I'm not
I was
buying
like,
no $20
$20 for that little bottle of what? No.
No.
Mm-mm.
You gotta show me something for that shit to be a 20. First of all, that's not even a $20 bottle.
Nope, that's what I was going to say.
Like,
Nope.
all right, I'll give you an example. When you buy,
Ketchup?
nope. When you buy cologne, right?
Oh,
Cologne,
okay.
perfume. When you buy those things, part of the sale and the attraction is the bottle.
Right.
And you're paying a hefty price for that bottle. Nowadays, you're probably paying like half the price for the actual cologne or perfume is the bottle. You probably pay $18 or something like that.
Right.
So her bottle looked like some shit that she ordered on Amazon and then repurposed it. That's all.
Yep.
That's what her bottle looked like. For me, from a marketing standpoint, that's a premium product. Don't no damn salad dressing or any kind of dipping sauce cost no $20 a bottle. I need to see something for $20 a bottle. Like, you gotta show, it gotta be something like, it gotta feel premium, it gotta look premium. And then when she poured in the shit, it's some video of her, she just like pouring it. It looked really watery.
I told you, runny.
Yeah, it looks like we're like, nah, that don't even say. And they got her in Walmart, got her shit in the salad dressing now. Like, it's right next, it's right above the salad dressing now. Like I said, sometimes.
But I guess
I'm looking at the video while we talking.
Okay.
And her shit is in the aisle with and it might hold on. I'm gonna just do a little back check here. Yeah, it's in this particular video I'm looking at, it's in the salad dressing right next to it's right, and they got a nerve to have it top shelf. It's over the legit stuff. Another thing with social media, and I'm not saying that this is true, but you always have to be careful with what you're looking at. Who's to say she didn't get dressed up, pulled them 6 bottles out of her purse, put it on the top shelf, right? It just made a video with the shit on there, like pretending like her shit isn't already in Walmart.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. This is all social media. Social media shit. If I'm being honest with you, social media, a lot of you can't fucking believe.
Yeah.
When it comes to social media, you believe little of what you see, none of what you hear. Like, it's just as simple as that. People pretend to be something that they're not all the time. I've seen niggas on social media flashing money with new clothes on, this and that. And in real life, I know you ain't got no place to stay. I know you living with this girl who is paying all the bills, and you one of them cats to be like, oh, I was at the studio. Knowing damn well you wasn't nowhere. You was over your homeboy house all day playing Madden. Then you come to her broken asking her for haircut money. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, who we talking about?
We ain't talking about nobody. I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, okay.
Just talking about in general.
Yep.
Just talking about in general.
Also off the subject a little bit, I was on my Google News feed and I saw Kevin Hart. Motherfucker in a wheelchair.
I don't know. Is he in a wheelchair?
Yeah, because what happened was they said in a horrible incident. What he said, from what I read on Google News, he was he friends with some NFL football player, and they was messing around and they decided to race. And he started racing the bull, and he tore something called an abductus or something in his stomach. Now, The Rock, they show comments and stuff wishing him well. And him and Rock was close, so I tore my abduction in my what is it called? Pelvis. There's a muscle or something down here. And he was like, "You'll be all right. You'll heal just fine." He said, "You might have a third ball, but you'll be fine." I was cracking up, but yeah, he said he don't even know what he was thinking.
He pushed himself harder than what he was supposed to. Because when you brought that up, I was like, damn, because I had saw that, but I'm like, you have to be mindful because it'd be hoax shit going on. I'm like, because first of all, they was in the wheelchair. They made it seem like the bull was like he is in the wheelchair. Like he paralyzed or some shit. Like that's what you first hear.
Right.
But no, it's like you say, because Kevin is little and he athletic, but he ain't what he thought.
Yeah, he found that out.
He ain't what he thought because I'm watching the race now while we talking, and he ain't what he thought he was. No hate on Kevin, nothing like that, but he ain't what he is. One of the things like you know, I guess sometimes you gotta push yourself until you push. That's what we do. You know, you push yourself until you find out, till you hit the wall, and that's what he was doing. Like he works out. I believe he works out. I believe he thought that he was in better physical shape than what he was. And he went all out because this man that he was racing is a professional athlete. So in his mind, he was thinking, if I could get him. Oh, it's an ex NFL running back. Last name Ridley. But this man still, even if he an ex running back, his body has been trained in a way that yours has not. Like a running back. When you
take them hits,
it's not even about the hits. It's about the way that they have to train their bodies. They have to train their legs. They have to train like everything from the legs up, the upper body, like everything. And they've been doing it for years, So his job as a running back, they train. If it's 12 months in a year, that boy probably trained like 10 months out the year. So a running thing ain't going to be nothing for him. Not to mention the fact that to be in the NFL, you have to be physically gifted anyway. On some level or another, you got to be physically or mentally gifted. Because sometimes it's just about, you know, if you want to do something, you can just have grit. If you have enough grit, you can do something. But anyway, getting back to it. Physically, the man was gifted by God. Kevin Hart, you know, again, he's in shape. He trains. He does all of that. But it just didn't work out for him this time out.
And I was going to say, like you said, this man probably been playing football since he was a young boy. You know what I mean?
That too.
Grew up, and the hits. What I'm talking about, them taking hits, like they take them hits in practice and shit, so their muscles are. I don't want to say like, you know how you get an operation, you have scar tissue, like it's not scar tissue, but it's tough. But you know, it's been pounded. It's tough. It can take that kind of endurance. I don't think Kevin Hart, like you said, he wasn't built for that.
And then something, let me tell you, just a quick sidebar. When it comes to like training, you can train for something, right? So Kevin Hart is, you know, I'm not saying this is true. I'm just going by the videos and the stuff that he's a gym guy. He goes to the gym, he works out, he lifts the weights, does push-ups and chin-ups and all that other stuff. He does, you know, he works out. But the way he works out might be different than what somebody in the NFL workout, what their workout is. So like I said, there's levels to that shit. You're not just going to race against a guy who's been trained in a certain way. You've been trained another way. Just like people who think, a lot of people think muscles equal power. Muscles equal speed. So a lot of times people are intimidated by people who got, you know, the big muscles. You go to the gym, it's the big muscle dude. Nah, it's when it comes to like, you know, so to give you an example, muscles don't equal out to somebody who can fist fight really good. You can do that if you want to, but that don't mean that you train the same way. So that's my thought on that.
And for The Rock to say he tore his shit, like he trained, like, you know, he's a professional wrestler, and I don't think he ever stopped training. You know, because he never looked like, wow, The Rock let himself go. He need to get back in the gym. You know, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Old as he, I saw a video, but it was a bunch of videos, like a compilation video thing about people doing stupid shit and the victim not realizing what's going on until it's too late. So they showed all these videos, you know, I'm just doing my nails and looking at them, and then they show Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was at this school and he was filming this young black girl jumping rope, like the endurance jumping rope. And, you know, he was saying how good she was doing and stuff. Turned the camera around to get a selfie or something with somebody. This black boy came out of nowhere and fly kicked him in his back. Just fly kicked him in his back. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think I saw that video. I think that hurt. I think I saw that video, but go ahead.
I couldn't believe it. Like, why you do that dumb shit? For what? What you do that for? Like, well, why would you do that? But them guards, whoever's bodyguards and security, they slammed that little nigga right to the ground.
Yeah,
And that
I'm,
shit, Arnold, you could tell it impacted him. It might not have hurt him, but it impacted because it came out of nowhere. But he ate that fucking shit. He ate that shit. If I remember it correctly, he ate that.
I'm looking at this shit now. And this is older Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this
That's
shit
what
now.
I'm saying. Yeah, he all old. That's another reason. Why would you do that?
Yeah, this is older Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, some respect for them. Oh, he could be the biggest racist I ever seen, but from his film career, they did in the politics and all that, have some respect for that man. Don't do that. And he took time to come out to your school. You want to do some shit. I hope he wasn't a student there.
I wonder where this was. Was it like in another country? Was it here?
They say it was a school. It's an American school. It's over here somewhere. It's in America.
That's why you need security. You know what I mean? And he does have it. He does have it. Mm-hmm. But why you do that sucker shit?
Exactly.
I'm looking at him like why you do that sucker shit? Like, and then when he did it, you kicked him, and then you kicked him into like other people.
Mm-hmm.
Like he in front of a crowd full of people. He just ran and drop kicked him in front of a bunch of other people. I don't know why people do the shit they do. It happened like 4 years ago. That was a little minute ago, but damn, it's still like a damn type moment. Like, why you do that, man? So sucker shit. Kicking Arnold was in the back. And like I say, he older. He's not like, in his 20s and 30s you doing this shit. He just there to help the people that he there, bring some awareness to what they doing. And that's how you it is it's an old black person that did it.
Yeah.
Doing stupid shit.
Arnold his camera, like, you know what they could have did for that young girl? Just Arnold Schwarzenegger making, like, this is his camera's on her. He's going to post it. He's going to do that. Could have did something for that young girl. You going to come in here and interrupt that moment like that. Fucking hater.
Yeah, basically.
I think it might have been, now that I think about it, he might have been on some shit like every other nigga who feel like they could beat Mike Tyson because he ain't been in the ring in a couple of years. Yeah, all right, go ahead, try it if you want to. Yeah. Right on the edge. Because I believe Mike can still take him down. I do.
Well, he's still fighting. The money right, Mike will fight. The money got to be right, though, but the money is right. Mike will fight you. So you go ahead and
had that nigga in an episode of Law and Order.
Who, Mike Tyson?
Yes. He played a molestation victim. Because what happened was this guy, he just went off one day. White guy just went off, started stabbing people and shit. So when they brought him in, to lock him up, he kind of came out of his stupor. He didn't remember doing anything. But what happened was, no, he wasn't just stabbing random people. He was stabbing people that looked like they were child molesters. Because he had been molested and nobody did anything to help him. So when he saw it, it kind of triggered something in him. And he would just lose it for a minute, but he didn't remember doing anything to these people. So look, Olivia and Vincent and the guy, her partner, they started doing the investigation, come to find out it was a few more victims of this coach who was molesting all these boys, and Mike Tyson was one of them. They talked to dude, and Mike Tyson had stabbed somebody brutally. That's what happened, and he got the death penalty. But people didn't hear about his childhood, how he was, his mom was a junkie, all her boyfriends beat him and molested him. Then the coach, saw when he came to the camp, the way it was told when he came there, he had holes in his shoes and his filthy ass shirt. It was so filthy. The kids, as soon as he got off the bus, just started clowning him, because that's how pitiful he was. His mom sent them there to get rid of him. So the coach just, he saw him. How predators is, oh, that's a good one right there. And he started fucking him and shit. So he had the same issue the other boy had, so they had to work the case to get his case heard because, this is not right. Y'all need to hear this case. It's different circumstances. The jury, the prosecution hid a lot of shit from the defense and the jury, so that's why they granted him a new trial, and so he wouldn't get the death penalty. He's still gonna be in jail, but he won't die. But his action was worse. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. You could tell he tried. He tried, bless his heart. He's a horrible actor. But you watch him because it's Mike, you know?
It is what it is.
Mm.
I mean, whatever. I don't know. I would have to watch it to give you the, because like I said, I'm looking at it now, but I don't got the volume up, so I would need to.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, that's part of this thing here. You kind of look it up the way I have a better understanding of what the subject we're talking about. But like I said, I would have to listen to it, like actually listen to it, because I could see what they do. So a guy like Mike Tyson, or somebody who has that limited acting background, they do stuff where they keep their lines short and they let the other actors in the scene carry the scene.
Oh yeah, definitely. Olivia and them carried the scene, definitely.
So they doing most of the talking, and he just kind of like shaking his head. He'll say a little thing, and he ain't doing a lot of talking. So
now, when they ask him to look back, like he has a moment where he get emotional, remembering what the coach did to him, and he's like, "No, never, no, I just can't. I can't talk about it." And I've seen that same scenario played out in hundreds of shows with different actors, and Mike just missed the mark. That's all. I could just tell he was acting. You're not taking it back. He wasn't horrible. I've seen worse, but okay. You remember when we saw about the guy from BMF, how he wasn't good at emotional part? That was Mike.
Yeah. The boy from BMF, he just need to stick to the hardcore shit. No emotional, nothing. He don't have the range.
He gotta be a cold-blooded gangster killer. Ain't no other role for him.
He ain't the boy from BMF. He don't have no range. He just he does this one thing and then that's it, and that's cool. And so I mean I buy him in that role, but when it's something emotional, I don't buy him. It's like I'm ready to fast forward.
Yeah, I think the guy who played his brother has more emotional range than he does.
Yeah,
and
but
he's hard to get around.
What I can give the boy that plays Big Meech.
His brother?
No, Big Meech. Not his brother, okay. Big Meech. What I can give him is that he had little to no acting experience. 50 Cent paid for him to go to acting class. Paid for him to get better. Yeah, true story. Okay. Paid for him because 50 couldn't see anybody else playing that role. So 50 paid for him to go to an acting class for about a year.
Where you find him at?
That's Big Meech's. That's the real Big Meech's son.
What?
Yeah, that's his son in real life.
Wow.
Yeah, so he.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was sitting there as they were auditioning people to play the role of Big Meech, but 50 was on some. You should just do it.
Wait a minute now. Big Meech, you talking Big Meech, the drug? Was he a drug dealer or a rapper? I keep getting them mixed up. It is a rapper called Meech, right?
I'm gonna tell you what I recall right off the top of my head. It was a song by Rick Ross, and he used the hook Big Meech, Larry Hoover, something, hallelujah, something like that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So from what apparently I think in Detroit, Big Meech was a big time drug dealer. When I say big time drug dealer, it's videos of him paying for people to go to trips to I saw some joint where he had paid for a group of people to go on this trip. But when I say group of people, it was like celebrities. Yeah, like celebrities. Like if you look in there, like during the course of this documentary, they don't point out, oh look this person, oh look that person. But you see him in the video, you're like, oh, that's young so-and-so. That's young. Oh, look at this person at the joint. And Meech, being who he was, he paid for them to get to this thing. It was like somewhere where it's like, I know it was like beaches and sand. It might have either been like Cabo or something, or it might have been Miami. But I know he paid for them to get on a private plane and flew them out there. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's something. Okay. Okay.
No
wonder he got no acting chops. Okay, man.
No, I mean, so if he keeps working on his craft. See, working is, acting is not something that you can just be like, oh yeah, I'm this great actor. You got to work on that craft, because you a lot of times, some people just naturally good at it. I can't, like I say, people who I just see who do a really good job, And I'm not saying that they don't have any, that they haven't had any coaching or anything like that. But like Queen Latifah, she seems like she does a naturally good actor given the role. Like,
Right.
you ever seen Bone Collector? She was really good in Bone Collector.
Oh yeah, I like that movie.
Bone Collector, I bought it every bit. I don't know about the Equalizer. I don't watch the Equalizer because I don't buy her in it. I just don't buy her being a knockout artist riding a bike. And it's nothing against her. This is just me. You know, I'm an action fan. I watch action stuff. You know what I mean? I believe if somebody is trained and they know a little bit more than you, I believe they can get the jump on you. I was watching, not even watching, I just saw a clip of He Got Game. Yeah, He Got Game. Old movie with Denzel Washington in it. And Denzel Washington plays a convict, but he's the father of this phenom. The kid is supposed to be like the next Michael Jordan. So I don't know how it happened, but this kid, his son's girlfriend apparently was talking to another guy or something like that. And Denzel was talking to her like, yo, what's going on with this or something like that. So the boyfriend or the whatever he was, he walks up on Denzel like, yo, yeah. And Denzel said, listen, why don't you go ahead and get back in your car and go ahead and do your thing. And the boy was like, no, yeah. And then Denzel just hit him in the neck like, yeah. And then and then he just punch him, knock him out. If somebody do some sneak attack shit to you, you're not prepared, you might get tooken. So that I believe. I made that reference because Denzel is an older guy and he's playing the Equalizer. So do I believe in it? But in the Equalizer, he's trained. He's a trained assassin. He's been killing people. He's been killing people for years. He's a killer. You know, that was his job, assassin. Right. So I can kind of buy it with some of the stuff that they do, the way that they pull it off. You know, him grabbing the nerves or grabbing the hand a certain way. If somebody catch you off guard and they grab you a certain way, you probably will be you will be submissive because they got you. Right. And they probably don't need a lot of strength once they got that weak spot or whatever they didn't grab the yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because in the Equalizer, a lot of his fights, he was hitting them at certain points and shit. Like, I think I seen one of them, he just hit dude in the back a certain way, and that nigga just went down. Like, oh, damn. Like, you know, because I love Denzel, so I watch every move he makes. Him and Keanu Reeves, I love to watch him fight. You know, when he playing like
Neo.
Yeah, when he played Neo, and a lot of somebody else is an action person I like a lot too. I just be watching they moves like, and for me that should just slow down in slow motion because they so yes, kick his ass, like, you know what I mean. So that's how I be looking at him. But I find him as it never was a question. I never doubted Denzel. Before I ever seen The Equalizer, I wanted to see because I knew he was going to be good in it. I feel like anything, Denzel is the kind of investment that I wouldn't mind investing in. You know what I mean? I think he would hit the mark every time. Now, is he human? Shit can happen, yeah, but I believe as an actor, as an emotional actor, as an action actor, he's really good. I don't even think good does him justice. Then you gotta look at the other parts. I'm sure he's not perfect. He ain't no perfect man, but this man been married to the same black woman since his young days. Now, he might have slid a couple of cups of cream in there here and there, you know, messing around, but you ain't hear about it. When you ever heard something bad about Denzel?
I haven't. I mean, doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I have not heard.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. He's not all in the news. He divorced his wife for 50 years and married the model 36-year-old Giselle from Rome. And now you don't hear none of that shit. He's with that woman. And trust me, I hope you edit this out the podcast. She ain't no Megan Stallion. She an older woman, you know, like me. She got little pounds on and shit, but he's still with her. That counts for something. I believe he's a gentleman. I believe he's a very intelligent, smart gentleman, and you ain't gonna get nothing over him.
Shit,
in other words, I believe what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut all this this fluff that you're doing for Denzel Washington out. I'm just gonna cut all this shit out. Like I'm just letting you talk, and then I just edit it out. Like fuck. This ain't the Denzel Washington show, nigga. You trying to hear all that shit? Like, so I got about 10 minutes of Denzel I got to cut out. That shit gonna be on the cutting room floor.
I got a video on the same. You put on your Facebook thing. I'm gonna send it to you.
You seen Donald Trump mugshot?
Yeah, see, I ain't even stopped to read the story. He made me depressed. I'll go back later and see what it was about, but
Yeah, he locked his ass up. Well, they charged him anyway. Yeah, I mean, him and a bunch of other people. But the way it looked, I was like, is this some hoax shit?
right, because it did look like that's another reason why. Wait, hold up, video friendly. This video is friendly for users. Okay, well, the Morning Walk podcast is my friend. What they mean? This video is for friends only. Users who are friends with Flowlanders can watch it. You my friend, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. 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 Can you look at it while I'm on the phone with you?
Where'd you send it to?
TikTok.
TikTok to the body, right? Hold on, I'm gonna try to look it up because I got my TikTok up. All right, send me that. Send me 2 messages.
Oh, I sent you 2? I might have sent it to you twice.
The only thing I got from you on my inbox is like you sent me something, like you got the flannel shirt on.
Yeah, so that's the one. I'm holding the phone in my hand.
Yeah, you sent me that?
Yeah, look at it. That's something you can put on your Facebook. You see, you try to get content. I'm trying to get Facebook.
But what is it?
It's. I don't want to tell you because you gotta watch it.
All right, then. That's fine.
If you don't think it's funny, that's fine. But I'm gonna ask you about it.
I don't know. I'll put it up there. I don't know. I didn't see it. This is the first time I've been on TikTok today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I seen that video you sent me earlier with that cat, with the cat.
Looking at that shit like. First
I'm
of
like,
all,
is this real? Is it really?
I was cracking up.
Like, fuck that shit. He was out.
Yeah, the way he was there. He was there until that shit came out. It's like, y'all ain't disrespecting me with this shit. I'm out. Y'all ain't disrespecting me with this shit. I'm out.
Hey, what's this you found? What was that? A mole in your backyard? You look like this nigga gotta get.
Yeah, that's a mole or some shit. I don't know what he is.
A gopher looks like a gopher or a mole. No, not a mole. That's a gopher.
Yeah. I don't even think he's a gopher. I think he's a mole because a gopher, they the ones that build dams and all that other shit. He a mole.
No, that's a mole. That's an otter. A mole. And that's not even an otter. I forget what it's called, but a beaver. A beaver build dams.
Okay.
A mole is very pale, and they only come out at night because they can't see in the light because they stand underground. So they come out at night. That's a gopher.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck he is. I don't.
How about Animal Planet like a motherfucker? That's a gopher.
Okay. You see, so I have no idea. I can't. That's one of those things I can't. I can't. What's the face?
You say I'm right or wrong?
No, you say I had to believe because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's over. You ain't never seen that movie, I'm Alright? Don't nobody worry about me. That's a gopher.
Okay. I mean, right. You say so, okay.
Yeah. I was like, you got a gopher in his backyard? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, because them niggas can dig some tunnels, man. Yes, they can. They can. I don't think it's only you only seen the one, right?
Yeah, I only seen one in my backyard. That was it.
He probably just passed it through.
No, he been digging shit up for years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he been doing this thing for years. He just do what he want to do. That's it. Because Bruce been chasing the motherfucker.
Oh, that's probably what he was eating, making them all sick and shit, fighting them niggas and chewing their legs off.
Who knows what the fuck he was doing?
Oh shit, Bruce, you know you can't chase that gopher now. But then again, y'all both around the same age, so.
Nah, Bruce done gave that up now. He done gave that up.
Okay.
He done gave that shit up. Like I said,
Thanks
Bruce
for
run,
listening
he'll run,
in while
like,
we
he see,
explore
like,
the
ooh,
vast world
and
of
he'll run to the
entertainment
bottom of
and
the
current
section, like,
affairs.
ooh,
And
like, you
with
better
just a
go
simple
ahead,
click to
nigga.
subscribe,
Back
you'll
in the
be invited
day,
back to hear just what
back in the
topic is
day
in the
when we
queue.
first,
See you
when
next
we
time.
first got Bruce.